Hey, what's up, guys? This is MPFSU. I'm back with another video. Since this is the off season, I thought it'd be an opportunity for me to uh, take a look at defense. A lot of defense in 2014 is definitely a challenge for a lot of people, including myself. So I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of do a series on some defenses and kind of give you my thought process on what I call and how I go, as far as my defensive decisions, and what my process is as far as making adjustments and things like that, and how I tend to call defense. Now I don't claim to be the best, but I have found some success at the way I call defense. You might pick up on this and find something that will help you out. If you do, that's awesome. If not, that's cool too. So to kind of get into it, this is not any like nano blitz type of deal or anything like that. This is mostly based on sim. That's the way I play, and so if that's your style of play, this would be good for you. There are lots of YouTube videos out there with nano blitzes if you're trying to go that route. I don't think that's too cool, to go, but hey, to each his own. But to just show you what I'm looking at here now, normally I'm a 4-3 person. I like the 4-3, but I have to give props where props is due. The 3-4 is probably the best defense in real life and the best defense in the game. So I decided to do my series based out of the 3-4. Now, you can use other defenses. Obviously, I use the 4-3. You have the 3-3-5. And the 4-2-5, and there's some other nickel and dime defenses too. But for the basics, let's just look at some of the base stuff, and I'll be going on through as we go through the series to kind of go, explain more details of different adjustments and things like that, and alignments and all those things. But first, I just wanted to give the basis and my thought process, and this is kind of an introduction, and this is part one, and part one is going to be based on the cover two. And for this video's purposes, I've kind of made some substitutions, and just to give an example of why I feel it should work, because default roster for Florida State is not compatible, I feel, as far as the coverage. So I've added LaMarcus Joyner to the cornerback lineup at that spot, because he will be playing that in real life for FSU, and Keelan Smith, who's the other physical corner that we have. And last year we have Xavier Rose, but in the cover two you need two of them, and I'm going to get into exactly why. So there's been changes in the college football and as well as NCAA. They've changed the defense to be more read and react to, because that's really what defense is. Offense is attacking, defense is reaction. So EA implemented read and react, so the defensive players read and react, and the offense tries to take advantage of that by using different things to take advantage of it. Like, for example, play action pass. Defense reads play action, it's thrown behind them, and so forth. But mainly with each defense, you have weaknesses. All defenses have weaknesses, and so the reason for me, what I do is I normally go and call, the base form, which this is the base alignment. I'm sorry, which this is odd, which is the most balanced alignment that they can have in the 3-4. So I call this, normally first. And 4-3 is a different one, but I call the base alignment first. And so then I'll go with a base, what I want to base out of, and I have options of going cover 3, cover 4. Cover 0, cover 1, blah blah blah. But for sake of this, we're talking about the cover 2, or the Buck 2 or Tampa 2, or it has several names. But the main thing, this is not really a run stopping defense. You can stop the run with this defense because it really relies on physical ability of your defenders, mainly your front seven and the two guys that are in the blue zones, which you have two terms: force defenders for the run, flat coverage for the pass. And so looking at the two blues, they're a force, and in the cover two you have two defensive backs or two players playing deep coverage, which means it doesn't necessarily have to be the safeties, although those are the best options for the cover two. But you can have some other players also cover deep, which as long as it's just two, when you still be too deep. Okay. Now the mainly reason why it's not the best run defense is because your safeties are primarily, at least mainly the strong safety, is a good defender against the run that you can put into the box. In this case, he's not in the box. He's deep, but granted, this is your base defense, and the offense has to attack this properly for you to start making your adjustments within this cover two shell. So you're basing out of cover two, you make your adjustments within the cover two shell. That's normally what I do with all of my defenses that I call, whether it's going to be the cover three or cover two. Those are the primary two ones I may use. I mean, I do call other defenses like cover four, cover one, cover zero, but those are mainly for just adjustment purposes. I always base out of this defense, which means I want to call this defense multiple times to get good enough data on what the offense is trying to do to establish themselves. Now, just to go ahead and get into it, I'm going to go ahead and call this play here. And let's look at the run first. So we're going to go ahead and call the stretch. And let's go ahead and run that. So the stretch is the primary outside running play. As you see there, and let's just go back and look at that really quick if we can. All right, as you see here, now these two outside defenders right here are contained force defenders. They don't necessarily have to make the tackle. It's great if they have high block shedding, and they can, like Marcus Joyner does. But it's nice if they do. But that's not really their job. Not mainly their job. Their job is they need to be able to tackle if you're going to call this defense. But their main job is to contain and keep the running back or whoever is going to the outside from going to the outside. And they just hold their position. As you see there, they're holding their position pretty well. And in this case, Christian Jones, who's just the best linebacker we have, he is going to be able to make this play because he has great block shedding. As you see, he's forcing everything to the inside. He's containing the outside. So everything on his defense is forcing in and containing out. Now, obviously, if a team is running a play to the inside, they're going to have more of an advantage. But the beauty of the 3-4 defense is that it's more difficult to run to the inside versus the outside. Actually, the weakness of, as far as the run is concerned, with the 3-4, I'm sorry, 3-4 is not cover 3, 3-4 defense, is that you can run to the outside. But calling this kind of basing out of the cover two is good for this because especially if you have good block shedding outside linebackers, they can get to the ball carrier just as you've seen, just as so. We'll just run the play again just to see what happens again, and there we go. And that guy made he did stiff arm that dude pretty well. But as you see, it was a guy to get there to make the play. So still wasn't successful in regard of his tackle, which he should have made. But he's flown to the ball, and he should have made that tackle there, but he got stiff armed. But hey, he made it to the ball, so he has to be able to tackle. You got to have good linebackers. 4-3 is more Florida State's forte, not the 3-4, but you get the gist of it. So let's move on. All right, so like against the pass here, as you see there, this is to show the weaknesses of this defense. Now, let's see the replay of this here. All right, so this is against the pass. What you see, if a team is trying to attack the pass, this is the cover two being played like it should. Now, as you see here, and let's go over to this corner first, and let's just take a look at him. So, Keelan Smith, he jams his guy, forces him to the inside, and he does not stop covering him. He will continue until another defender comes into the flat area. As you see, he goes down here, and he's just supposed to make the tackle, and that's like a 2-yard gain. That's what you want when you're calling this versus the pass. You just want a short gain, funnel everything to the middle, and make them throw the ball short. Same thing when you move into, which is, I'm just going to go over the key points of this defense. So you have this middle linebacker that's playing the deep middle of the field. So, obviously to take advantage of this, you want to have this dude be pulled closer so you can get behind him. But if you don't, which in this case you have several zone defenders that is covering you, this area in the middle here where this guy is running is where you're going to be able to throw the ball, because this guy's dropping it to take away that deep middle. And so that's the area where you want to attack the defense. So if they're attacking it, that's where you make the adjustments. You get them to consider what you're doing, and then eventually they think that area will be open, and then it's not. And you may get a turnover or get a 3 and out or get a stop or stop him from scoring a touchdown or whatnot. So same thing with here on Joyner. He forces this guy, and then he goes ahead and goes out to his flat responsibility. And so now it's up to the free safety and the linebacker to cover this guy out of space. Now, obviously, you can, if you're flooding the zone, you could hit a route in between these guys. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're attacking it that way, that's exactly where you're supposed to attack it. Now, if you're attacking it wrong, and and that's what you want. If they attack it the wrong way, then you will be able to not have to make any adjustments and stay until they attack it appropriately. And eventually, that may happen, and then you can make your minor adjustment and then attack it, in that way. So that's that. Now this is part 1, and I just wanted to get. I'll run one more play just so we can see it again in action. Another pass play, and there we go again. Now just to go back into that just real quickly. Now, as you see here, this guy is forcing everybody inside. These actually guys are going inside, and a tight throw right there. But that's where we want. Then the middle linebacker comes up, make a tackle. That's what he's supposed to do. Now, okay, you gave up a few yards there. That's fine. It's not the point of your base D is to give them a look, have them attack it. Or what you're basing out of, give them a look, have them attack it, then start making your adjustments. You can go into different versions of the cover 2 that allows you to take care of or put better defenders in better positions to cover those small windows. Or better yet, you can go into an entirely different shell. You can go 3 deep with the cover 3, or go 4 deep with the cover 4, or go cover 6 or whatever to make an adjustment, call something different to throw them off, because they think they got something, and then bam, you hit them with something else, and next thing you know, you have a turnover. So that's the beauty of basing out a defense, and that's my thought process. Now, I will go into what adjustments that I'll make. I'll do that for part 2, so look out for that. I'm going to be recording that here shortly, and I guess I will check you guys later on that. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting more videos like this. And I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.